Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Tuesday, January 12th, 2021 Family and Community Update, video update. My name is Superintendent Bergstrom, and I've got a couple of topics that I would like to visit with you about tonight. This is the second video in a series of probably 5 or 6 that will be coming out through the coming days to try and share some more information in regards to what's going to be going on as we get ready to start moving to a less restrictive learning model, and also looking to try and give families and students the information they need to be successful upon the return. So the first thing that I want to talk with everybody about is the mitigation strategies or the safe plans that we have in place, and some of them are the same as what they were prior to moving to distance learning back in November, and some of them are different. So the first piece I want to talk about is face coverings, and face coverings are still a requirement. It is an option to wear a face shield if you would like, but the face covering piece continues to be a requirement. There's been some that have thought that since we're coming back in person that we don't have to do the face coverings. We want to make sure that everybody understands that is still a requirement upon return on January 19th. The second thing is that we are still going to be following the Minnesota Department of Health decision tree when it comes to COVID-related absences and COVID and the quarantining piece. And I've got a video tomorrow that I'm going to spend a lot more time talking about that and the reasons why, because you may be aware that there has been some options that are available that are less than the 14 days, and we'll talk a little bit in more detail about those, but that video will be coming tomorrow. And the other piece that is a change is that in the area of Phy-Ed, when we are inside, students will be required to wear a face covering at all times. Prior to going to distance learning back in November, when students were exerting themselves, the face covering could be removed. When we are indoors, the face covering needs to remain on. However, if we do go outside, those face coverings can be removed. And so in talking with some of our administrators, I know we're going to be looking to try find those opportunities to bring our students outside, and if the weather continues as nice as it's been lately, that will be probably more often than not. So want to make sure that everybody understood some of those mitigation pieces. And then the last piece that I wanted to make sure that I touch base with everybody on is as we're getting ready with transportation to ramp things back up and get started with picking up students on the 19th, you will notice this week that buses are doing some practice runs. They are picking up students, for example, that might be doing the critical child care piece. But other than that, and a few other students being picked up, it's just a practice run for the bus drivers to get reacquainted with the routes and stop times and all those things. So there is an opportunity, if it works out, to know for sure what time the bus is going to be there to pick up in the morning at the bus stop, and also what time it should be coming home. And if you get a chance to work with your child or children on that, I know that might ease some of those first day pieces with bus transportation. So just wanted you to be aware that the routes are running, and it's not because we're picking up all kinds of kids, but rather it's a practice run. And for those who are in the emergency child care and a few others, we are picking them up, but for the most part, the buses are just a practice running. I think that's it for this update. We'll get you another one again tomorrow night. Also, if you want, there's going to be a Facebook live meeting at 7 o'clock. If you want to join in on that, I'm sure there'll be lots of questions, and I'll be trying to get those questions answered. That again will start at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. I think that's it for tonight. Have a great night, and go Storm. Take care now.